This KEV. Neither of these teams will be eliminated even if they lose, but the path is always much easier through the upper bracket.
Prepare for battle.
So let's see how this is all gonna pan out.
But it's more fun through the lower bracket. That's the case. If you have strong nerves and a strong heart, but you know, not everybody does.
It also might be the case that, you know, some players just level up with their back against the wall. They can't necessarily play. I know I'm one of those players. Like, no matter what game I'm playing, it was the worst maybe in fighting games, but I always was much worse in the upper bracket than in the lower bracket, so I get it. It's fine.
No, you play some fighting games. Which one?
I play Tekken, Street Fighter. I don't play Mortal Kombat anymore because MK1 sucks, but yeah, those three are like my main fighting games.
I played a lot of Soul Calibur back in the day. But yeah, I like Tekken as well.
Have you played Tekken 8, bro?
No. You know which one I played the most recent? Tekken 3. My friend got a console that has like all the games from 95 to 2010. And it has like a billion games. We found Tekken 3. We fought like into the night.
Tekken 3 is a go-to game. But seriously, bro, use the money you're gonna get from these qualifiers, buy Tekken 8, trust me. Some of the best money I've ever spent.
Makes sense. Anyways, let's look at the game here. So how are the lanes going to go? Faces Void, Chen. I guess that's okay, but you don't stop the Primal Beast from farming. And it's gonna be like Tiny and this Chen just fighting to block the camps, unblock the camps and such. I don't know what to expect from the Brewmaster Disruptor lane. The only thing I know is that it's very easy to ignite the Cinder Brew when you are a disruptor. So I'm very curious to see, but I'm kind of seeing this disruptor as food for the Weaver. That's what it seems like to me.
That top side of the map, I can see Disruptor dying. I could see Venge dying. The core should be fine though.
I could see Weaver dying if he makes a mistake and gets glimpsed. It's not impossible.
No, wait. Like somebody has. Oh, but there's a sentry on Venge. Bro, if I die here as Weaver, I'm flaming my team so massively. I'm like, dude, where was my sentry? Why did they see me? What the hell's going on?
Exactly. It's always the other guy's fault.
Of course. I'm the carry player. It can't be my fault.
Of course.
If I miss a Chronosphere, then why didn't you all position them better so I could catch them all in the sun?
Exactly. You're 100% right. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm a support player, but I always know it is my fault.
Exactly. That's what's.
If I don't keep the egomaniacs that play the carries in check and make them believe that they're the best. That's what you do. That's how you win games.
Yeah, exactly. So far, nothing really exciting happening in any of these lanes just yet. Top has potential. Bottom, very little potential. And middle should just be a lot of farm trading. So, don't think this is going to be as much of an action-packed bloodbath as we had in the previous series.
Probably not. When in these lanes, when there is some kill potential, but overall that kill potential happens if you overcommit with one or the other side. I don't think we're gonna be getting that.
Seeing you just trampling about, farming it up, doing his thing. For this Faceless Void, we're just having a normal build-up, you know, Maelstrom, BKB. Nothing. You don't want to see anything spicy on that hero?
Not really. I wouldn't mind a Mask of Madness in this game, just so that in the early game you can get some solo kills. Because that's what you want to do. You get the chrono, use it, get the kill. Get it back again, use it, get a kill. Don't save it until like it's minute 20, 25. Just make sure that you are heroes off the map. You want to be doing it. When a hero is off the map, your guys can actually push safer, and that's what you want for them to do. But so far so good for KEV, right? If there were no like sides here, KEV on the left and LGD on the right, you would from the CS be like, yeah, KEV or Radiant are a slightly better team, because we usually see better teams do better in the CS department in the first couple of waves. That's just how it goes. Like, disregarding the matchup completely.
It can still catch up though as more levels start to accrue for LGD, but for now, things are definitely looking up for them. I'm just glad though that in the top lane, Smile is doing the right thing. De-warding for his Weaver, so I can use my W in peace. Thank you so much, Smile. Very appreciated.
And I like that you went for the uproar. A lot of primal beasts lately I've seen just completely disregarded. The slow is just so good, and I'm not even talking about the tankiness and the damage. It really does make a lot of sense. So I assumed in China they are gonna be going for it. Gets a point in onslaught as well. So only on level 4 will the trample be doing a massive amount of damage. Level 1 trample is pretty bad.
They do happen to catch Faceless Void in between when his Chen is in the waves, so we're in the jungle. Won't be able to play as aggressively. Everyone's just chilling. Mid Setsu is gonna have himself with some support nearby to secure this water rune, but shouldn't really be anything spectacular happening on the map. It feels nice as PYW that you can move away from New. Now that he does have that 1 point in uproar you mentioned, he can survive by himself, doesn't have to rely on the Tiny being nearby all the time.
True, but you are still giving a great start to the Faceless Void, right? So that could be problematic for you as
oh, are they getting a face? Wow. Okay. Trample right on top of him. PYW there with the avalanche, and they find themselves the kill. Faceless Void goes down in the bottom lane.
That was perfectly done. You start off with the trample, you don't use the onslaught early on, and then the Faceless Void doesn't want to jump away early. He wants to wait for the 2 seconds of the trample, then jump away, and then the onslaught won't be a problem. But you see your Tiny coming, you push the Faceless Void towards the Tiny just to be a little bit more close, and then the avalanche makes sure that he doesn't move. That was good bait, good spell usage, good communication, like everything working well for LGD.
Also on the map though, they're going to try and make this play onto Shiro, but Shiro has a good support, so could be fine. You might actually want to turn a little bit. Old 11 not really an appealing customer. Shiro just happy to not be dead. He'll take it.
It's just dumb sometimes how much the Brewmaster dodges with the Storm stance. You think you're gonna get him, and then nope. You just don't get anything done.
Oh, bottom lane!
Again.
They get the Faceless Void again, and this time he will not have TP for another 25 seconds. Well, only 10 seconds once he respawns, but still a walk of shame that he's going to have to take while they are able to clean up on the top lane onto the Disruptor as well. So although they were falling behind in the CS department, LGD able to execute better and get the initial kills.
Yeah, their heroes are definitely better at getting kills. Once you get a bit more in level, some stats items as well in your cores, you know that they cannot die. So then you can go for these aggressive moves. In the early stages of the laning stage, you go for aggressive moves, you overextend and you can die. Once you have the stats items, that doesn't happen.
Old 11 might die here. W in 1 second from the Weaver. Shiro's going to chase him. The bug has been destroyed, but Sakuchi will provide enough damage, and there's no vision on the high ground for Undying to find the glimpse. Man, LGD able to make some big plays here, but they're going to glimpse him back. He's been dusted up. Do they have the damage to kill him? He doesn't have the level 6. While this is happening, they do lose their Chen, but certainly worthwhile to kill Shiro. I am very surprised that Shiro decided to run into the tower instead of just running north towards the Lotus Pool, but mistake gets him killed.
It still forces the Lesh rotation, who doesn't have a single point in Edict just yet. So Butterfly Effect, he cannot make good use of this. It really is okay for LGD that they lost the Weaver there, because if the Lash had like 2-3 points in the Edict, you start pushing the top lane, you might force out some TPs, then you leave with the Lash, and then it's fine. But this way LGD are quite happy still.
Heroes are busy accruing net worth on the LGD side. I haven't seen them try to make any rotations because they're still very content to farm. Faceless Void, Suda's gonna have to start worrying about his life. There's level 6 out on the Primal Beast. And top lane, they need to worry about the life first of the Chen. As Undying gonna get ran down, he loses his life. While that's happening, they end up losing the Faceless Void down bottom. Smile does also take a tumble here, but you'll definitely take it. Trading 5s in the top lane and getting another kill on Void down bottom. Happy days for LGD.
I mean, the second you said they have pulverized, that second knew got him up in the air with the pulverize. It's just that we were looking at the action on the top lane, and Tiny with the avalanche thought it was pretty much the same thing that was happening in the lane thus far, just that you had the pulverize to start it off. They're gonna go again.
Yeah. Butterfly Effect and Imitator are smoked up, but they can't get there in time. And what? Again? New ends up getting another kill onto Fly with the assistance of PYW. That is the 4th death of this Faceless Void in this game. He already TP'd back into the lane. Alright, your laning phase is over, buddy. Gotta go try and find network elsewhere on the map.
The thing is, he doesn't have level 6. He doesn't have level 6. He doesn't have a TP. He doesn't know what to do. If he had level 6, at least you could try to do something. And Shiro is being targeted, no ulti.
Nice one. He just got ulti back. He should be okay.
Got it.
Gets back. Nice goal. And they will drop Sanity's Eclipse, in fact, to kill off the Disruptor. Brewmaster uses ultimate too. Shiro, still A-okay. Should be able to just scurry away from these Brewlings. And they definitely do not have the damage to kill off Setsu either. Dude, Shiro was so lucky. He was 3 seconds away from getting his ultimate when they ganked him. Outplays them, they get a kill as well, and they keep the tier 1 tower alive.
Not only alive, it is untouched, right? And that's a big deal. You're playing versus a Chen Lesh. You want to slow things down as much as possible. And with this kind of a lead, with the Faceless Void being pretty much useless, you're gonna be able to do it. And again, they are targeting him. This time around with the 2 supports. They might wait for the Primal Beast. No reason not to.
Yeah, but New's en route. Fly, you need to get the hell out of here, buddy. They have vision as well, so even if he goes back to farm in these jungle areas, they'll know where he's at. And they bring Shiro in. Shiro gets perfect vision on top of him. New, gonna be patient. Clear out the creep wave first before coming through with the onslaught. Now they've got him. He is dead to right. There's no way out of this one. He tries to get out with the time walk, but he knows his time on this earth is forfeit. Another death on the Faceless Void, and this time around, they definitely will get the tier 1.
He didn't watch Lord of the Rings, he would know what what fly actually means, right? That you should not be there, that you should run like the wind. He hasn't done it in this game, and that is a disaster. This is a disastrous start for KEV, right? So we talked about their possibility of snowballing with not this lineup, but in general versus LGD. With this kind of a start, you cannot do it. Even in the mid game, when the Chen should be applying pressure, it's not going to be easy, or rather, it's going to be pretty much impossible with the start that you have given, mostly to the Primal Beast. I want to see which items he's going to go for his Blink Dagger. Yep, that's the case. You don't need a Blink in this one. You don't need the BKB early in this one. You can just get away with the Blink and start hunting.
Yep. I mean, he's so tanky on the Primal. By the time he shows up, even in front of the Leshrac, no way Leshrac spells can actually kill him. And they will be playing 4v5 for a while, because Void is not going to be ready to fight. I bet you he's going to buy Midas. There's no way. He's not going to buy the Maelstrom anymore. He has to buy Midas. Wait, let me see. Yep. There's a Glove of Haste. It's going Midas. What can you do?
I mean, still could be a Maelstrom. Not impossible. People forget about it. Forget about the Gloves of Haste. No, we'll see. We'll see.
Bro.
But yeah, I agree. Still, I want to see him do the Chrono. Just go use the Chrono, please.
Shiro, for his part, what's he farming into? Just the usual D-Lance Maelstrom on this Weaver. So the game is going to resolve down to the performance of this Leshrac for a while. Which, to be fair, he does have Kaya. Can start building into the Sange as well. So he will be a focal point that KEV can rally around. And it does help that outside of bottom, they still have their tier 1 towers. So there's quite a lot of map to still play with.
Yeah, long fights you lose, so just get the damage items if you can on the side of KEV. If it's a long engagement, your Brew Split will end, your Lash will lose mana, you won't have the Chen ulti any longer, and you're just gonna die. So make sure that somebody dies quickly so that you can use this glimpse for extra kills. That's the only way that you are winning these engagements.
There's the new Blink. He's standing right next to PYW. PYW puts the smoke back in his regular inventory. And we're going on an adventure, Harry. Where are we headed to? Looks like they're going to outline mid lane as a place to go. But KEV feels ready. They're not scanning in the exact right place. But they are playing with their positioning as if they know a rotation is coming. And they are correct.
They're going to go for it. And I guess adventure is always to the Candy Mountain. Well, let's see. who's gonna be caught first? Do you know? Charlie and the Candy Mountain? If you don't,
I do
it's
not.
better for you. They got him.
All right, I will find out afterwards because they do find him. Onslaught in through onto the Leshrac. They kill him off. Shiro got scouted by the Disruptor in the trees, but Imitator couldn't do much more than just drop the ultimate on him and run like hell for his own life. As a result, nobody can save the Lesh. He dies, and the tier 1 tower will easily be claimed by LGD.
It's so hard. The lineup of KEV isn't meant to be played on the defensive. You need to have Lesh in front, pushing tower. Pretty much the same thing that was in the previous game where the Morphling and the TA need to be in front, and then you go with the counter initiation with the Winter Wyvern and so on. In this game, it's the same thing. You go in with the Lesh, the Faceless Void is behind, the Disruptor is behind, and you use your ultis around the Lesh, not like, oh, I'm gonna catch this guy on the left with the Chrono, this guy on the right with the Static Storm. That's not how the lineup works. It's never gonna be good that way.
Gonna get ourselves a Wisdom Rune for Imitator. That will bring him to level 7. Man. No items anywhere in sight for Imitator, unfortunately. I mean, a Blink Dagger eventually on this Disruptor will be very, very nice, but gonna be quite some time before we're anywhere close to those kind of items.
You wanna get it disappointed even more?
Uh-huh.
Face Void is going for a Maelstrom, though you're
No.
not. Yeah, look at that. The Observer knew. Observer knew. I really like that our Observer can read my mind.
Well, I suppose if he does go for this Maelstrom, that thing you were mentioning about getting him involved in more fights definitely has to happen. Because if he does go Midas, he can't actually participate for another 7-8 minutes. Maybe they feel the game would be too slowed down at that point.
I don't know. I feel like you haven't used the Chrono for 15 minutes. Around the 20-minute mark is where LGD are probably going to be able to go for Roche when the next daytime comes on the bottom lane. So I'm not sure about it. If you already didn't want to play aggressive with the Chrono for 5 minutes, don't do it now. For me, this Maelstrom is more going to be for farming, which just gives even more opportunities to LGD.
LGD, we're playing around an Observer Ward right now. PYW hunting a little bit. Would be nice to find this Void, but won't be able to do so. And the game has slowed down somewhat. Yes, LGD is still accruing gold at a mammoth pace, but they're not losing buildings on KEV. They still have access to most of their jungle. They can still play around the Wells area, down bottom. So this game is playable, unless, of course, they kill the Faceless Void again, which looks like is exactly what's going to happen. Oh well, that doesn't feel nice. And Harry, if he had bought Midas, he could have at least used it twice by now. Feels bad.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter now even if you have it on off cooldown because you have those 2 charges, so it always refreshes. But yeah, he's having a rough time, and very soon he's gonna be below the Piney and farm. Oh, nice usage there of the Hurricane. Yeah, very cute. Doesn't change anything.
It look cool. Sometimes when you die as a support, all that matters. I look cool while doing it. It's okay. Top lane. They did manage to take down the tower, and the first Chrono of the game will emerge from Fly. Do they have enough damage to kill the Faceless or the Weaver? No, they do not. Why you smile with the swap, but it clips him back. He didn't have enough time to swap out here, and he will actually end up dead on this Weaver. Mega kill streak taken away, but PYW is getting instant revenge on the rest of the squad, and as they chase Fly, he just desperately wants to get out. He succeeds in doing so. They get off the Bruce split from Old 11, turning their attention towards Setsu, but the question is, do they have the damage to actually kill him off right now? They slow him in with the time dilation. Why you smile, dropping some stuns behind him. They really want Setsu trying to escape towards the west. He is running for his life right now. He has the pike available at the moment. Avalanche on the 2. Suddenly the clips drop down as well, and the Pulverize from New kills off the Faceless Void. They do lose Setsu though, and now New, he's in danger as well. Old 11 threw in some right clicks, but it's the glimpse from Imitator that secures the kill. PYW though is gonna spin back for the homie, goes right in, brings down the Imitator Disruptor, and then TP's out for good measure. A massively chaotic fight. We get the first Chrono of the game, a Bruce split and an Avalanche. A Sanity's eclipse, but after all is said and done, Harry, KEV will certainly be ecstatic at how that fight turned out.
Yeah, they're super happy about it. but it's always about what happens after the chrono, after the split. The next 2 minutes are what's gonna show us if that fight was really worth it for KEV. So LGD are gonna be very aggressive now, for sure.
Oh, small mistake top. This is unfortunate. PYW and YU Smile got overexcited. Was right next to each other. It happens. What can you do?
Yeah, it does. But overall, KEV are, for now, keeping themselves somewhat safe. I guess the best course of action is just send your supports in the side lanes to die, to just get some hate onto them and find out where your opponents are. Chen dying was pretty much that. You just don't want to lose any cores.
Old 11 and the gang. Just gonna post up on the top side of the map. Get some D wards. I wonder if they're gonna stick around for the wisdom room or if that might be a little bit too much time to wait. Looks like it'll be the latter option. As they can go into the Roshan pit. We already have the OD waiting. You know, we've got this Vengeful Spirit nearby. 2 points into the Swarm for the Weaver. So, very easy take on the Rosh. And they have ample vision enough that they can see any kind of rotation coming. Which KEV could do. They just got all their ultimates back. Do you think they should go fight this or just let it go?
They should fight it, but they have no idea that it's happening. That's the problem. You should have fought it every single time that you have ultis. You should do it now. You're in a position where you have your ultis, but you're not certain to win a fight. And that is how you end this game if you're LGD. That is how it goes your way fully, is if KEV uses all of their ultis and you still come out on top.
KEV are smoked up on bottom with the Disruptor and the Brewmaster. But there's nobody around. They even threw the scan for this one. They really wanted to find somebody. Fortunately for them, though, looks like LGD wants to find them too, as they're smoked up, coming in through the mid lane. And they want to fight. Oh, the scan connects. Butterfly effect is the first one seen. The Yule Scepter will buy some space and time. But unfortunately, it's not going to buy enough, as he will end up dead. Easy kill for Setsu. And they're actually jumping forward. Pulverize catching to the Brewmaster. They just want to flee right now from the side of KEV, but LGD might not let them. They're trying to get off the Brew split, but it looks like they have enough damage to kill him before that happens. 2 heroes down, Setsu finding an Astral onto another. They kill off the Disruptor. Fly trying to jump away with the Time Walk, but there's absolutely no way he survives. Setsu drops the hammer, gets the triple, and secures the team fight for LGD.
Okay, let's try to be positive for KEV. At least they didn't use their ultis. So it's not too bad, but it's, in general, realistically, it's catastrophic. You have your ultis, you don't even get a chance to use them. And now the question is, you cannot allow your heroes to continue dying one by one. So stop, take a breather, reset, try to go for a fight. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. They are playing kind of like they're tilted right now, I'll be honest. The coordination is not looking as clean as it could be. They also took their wisdom on top. Yeah. Yeah. We had that conversation off air, right? About watching Butterfly Effect games.
Yeah. I've seen him call GG sometimes super early. Not doing it here, though.
Yeah, there's old 11 and Fly on the team to be like, no GGs. And play until the very end.
Very true. They definitely have, or should have, the respect to be listened to from Butterfly Effect. Usually he would play in a team where he would be the star player. Here, that's definitely not the case.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot more stars on the enemy team, and one of those stars, PYW, will initiate onto Butterfly Effect, toss him back to the rest of LGD, and they are able to easily kill him off. 4th death for the Leshrac, 0 kills from him, and now they're going on to old 11. They will force out the early glimpse. Imitator, though, could still die from Shiro. Shiro glimpse back back into outside the base. Fly forced to drop the ultimate, but he can't even escape his own chrono. The stun chased him. He barely gets back into the base. We see old 11 forced to use Brew Split just to try and zone back these LGD heroes, but he's getting close. Setsu's actually dropping low. Nice little force off onto the high ground. And Shiro is falling low, but he does have a secondary life to play with. PYW and U also losing quite a bit of HP, but they do not lose their lives. And KEV Very good fight around this tier 2 tower. LGD unable to push past them. And that'll end the push for now.
Every spell used, LGD are ready to dive you. They will also find the regen rune. One of their heroes doesn't need to go back to base. It will be new, and now the hunt really starts. They're definitely going to be exercising their revenge for these attempts on their lives. So, Kev, it was nice knowing you, but now LGD are not going to stop.
Might also end up losing Undyne here. Setsu put a sliver of vision onto him. They see the Faceless Void now as well. They're not the ones playing with Disruptor though, so they're chasing prowess. Not nearly as impressive as that of Kev.
New coming from the other side, so the Primal Beast is ready to onslaught into the enemies. Nice TP away from the Chen. He was the one that definitely would have gotten caught.
Dude, look how tanky this Primal is right now. Eternal Shroud, Blink, EKB. How you kill this man, I do not know. How he kills Disruptor, that I do know. Does it just like this. And might get a courier out of it too. Nice.
He does it quite easily. Courier would have died even earlier if the trample of the Primal Beast wasn't there. And you gave it up, but of course we know Tiny, one of the best heroes to snipe those couriers. And that's gonna be the first tier 2, and they're still not done.
Oh my goodness, PYW! He found the toss. Getting butterfly effect back right on top of Shiro, and he does it literally 2 seconds before Shiro's Aegis expires. Yeah, Shiro ends up dying to the magic damage of the Lesh, but who the hell cares? Now there's no buyback on this Lesh. We've taken mid and top tier 2. Time for a lane of Rax, Harry. I don't think there's anything they can do to stop them.
Cut the waves. That's what you can do. And the Faceless Void did do it on the top lane. The mid wave is coming. You could push into the enemy base. The thing is, it's 25 minutes into the game. LGD are 10 times stronger than KEV, but towers are still a dangerous thing to fully commit on.
Well, they'll show that prudence and that discipline. Top lane, guess who they found? It's our boy Fly, and he is dead again. And 1, 2, kill. 9 deaths on the Faceless Void here in game 1 of KEV versus LGD. At
least he has 3 assists, right? But yeah, that's a disaster. And it's always the same two. If there's always trouble, why is it always you two? The Tiny and the Primal Beast, they really have got his number.
Yep. I must say, PYW's performance in this game has been sensational on this Tiny. Not even just the reliable hunting of the Void, but gotten Leshrac killed a few times. And he might be impactful in this fight too. They get the Gleipnir out onto Undyne and Old 11. Avalanche onto them both, killing off Undyne very early on, forcing out the early brew split. And although they did get the Vengeful Spirit, it might be much more costly than they imagine. As they're looking for the Leshrac too. Butterfly effect staying alive for now. There's Setsu being bullied by some of these Brewlings from Old 11, but this ultimate will finish eventually. And now New jumping in. Still hasn't activated his BKB. He knows they don't have enough damage to realistically threaten him. Setsu in the meantime staying alive for just a while longer. He gets to the low ground. Old 11 cannot finish him off by himself. Now the brew split is over. Onslaught from New back onto Old 11. But they'll glimpse out the Primal Beast. It's not going to save him though, because there is PYW with the toss back. Chrono is going to be leveraged by the Faceless Void, catching on to 3. But Setsu with the save, making sure they do not kill New. But even through the BKB, they have the right click damage. They do beat him down. Offlaner for offlaner. The Chrono was utilized. And they glimpse back now onto PYW. Hopefully they can get this kill for KEV. They really want it. PYW will get hit with the Lightning Storm and will eventually die. But has he made space for Shiro, who comes in with the Gleipnir directly on top of the Leshrac, looking for the right click damage. Doesn't have enough of it though. Fly convinces him to leave the fight, and he will take that advice. LGD, for the first time in a very long time, Harry, they actually kind of lose a fight.
Yeah, they do, and you do have time to shove out the mid-wave. Shove out the mid-wave fast, and then you can maybe make a play, because all of the lanes are going to be shoved out, and LGD are not going to be able to read where you're going to go. So, Kev, please, shove out the mid-wave, go for a play. It doesn't matter that you don't have your ultis. With the Disruptor ulti, you can get one kill, delay it long enough so that the Chrono and the Split are back up. Kev actually have a shot. The only question is now, are they going to be greedy, or are they going to play Dota? And they are going to be greedy.
Greed is good. 99999. We'll see how it pans
Yeah,
out for
I
them.
like it. Greed is good, and then in German you say no, 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 no. I like that.
Bottom. Oh no, not again. Fly, please, brother, please run. Get away from this primal beast. New, looking for the pulverize. Here comes Why You Smile. Here comes Shiro. And looks like yet another death for Fly. Do they have the damage? Of course they do. He'll delay proceedings for now, but he's delaying the inevitable. In the meantime, PYW was looking for Undyne, unable to find him. Still on the high ground though, but gets glimpsed back before he can cause more trouble. The supports will survive on the side of KEV. But that is officially the 10th death of the Faceless Void in this game.
You had a chance, but well, you didn't use it. That's just what it is. I just have a question. Do you know, is the Essence Flux with an Axe purgeable once you get the shield? It should be, right?
It should be, yeah. Should be.
Okay, so doesn't do too well versus the Brewmaster then. I just want to see if he's gonna be on point with the Dispel.
So far in this game, he hasn't had to worry too much about controlling the Storm Panda outside of the Cyclone. So we'll see what he decides to do. Does at least have an AC now on the Brewmaster, so his effectiveness in fight has just leapt up quite a bit between the AC and the Radiance. The question is, will it be effective enough if they have to deal with another Aegis push? And another question, do they have what it takes to even stop that push from happening in the first place?
Man, this Dispel from the Brewmaster is actually so good. You can dispel the Uproar, you can dispel the Onslaught. People tend to forget that. Onslaught can be dispelled. He's like, rah, rah, rah. You use the Dispel on him and he just stops. That's super annoying. That's why the Shadow Demon is so good versus the hero.
Limps back onto PYW. They want to try and find this kill. But do they have what it takes to do it quickly? Sleipnir onto the Chin and the Leshrac. Save yet again to keep PYW alive as Shiro was able to take down Undyne. Now all of a sudden, look where the Leshrac is. He's too far forward. Gets Hurricane piked back by Setsu. So this OG will give him a second chance, basically. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing the same be true for these Brewlings. But Old 11 will try and escape. I doubt he'll be able to. His team will attempt to help him out here, but the blink forward from Setsu ensures that they cover all the angles and kill off the Brew. New. He's on the high ground right now, looking for another target. He doesn't have a gem, so they don't see the Glimmer Cape TP out in front of him. Nicely done there by Imitator.
At least he gets himself out. They used the Split, but they didn't use the Chrono. Still, Split is the chaos creator that allows for a good Chrono, so Chrono in itself shouldn't be threatening to LGD whatsoever.
I don't know if they clicked on him, but if they did see his inventory with the AC, then they'll know that he shouldn't have buyback. But they're not going to force the issue. They're going to go back. Roshan has just made his way to the bottom side of the map, so they'll go take the Aegis and give Weaver even more immortality.
It's insane. You could, if you wanted to, give it to an OD and just expect for the Weaver to be saved every single time by the Astral or a swap. But it's probably safer to just give it on the Weaver because he's the one pushing.
Aegis now in their hands. They've got a banner. Where are they going to put the banner? They've placed it already somewhere, but I did not see.
They?
I'm not seeing it in anybody's inventory.
It's in Why You Smile's inventory. It's there. He's holding
Is
it.
it? Oh, there. There it is. There it is. I was looking in the back.
heard
That's
of
how I normally
a-
see these players.
I heard of a good new way to use the banner, which is cool because it actually has a purpose. Then you just come to the enemy high ground and you put it down for mission.
Basically a super ward. I see.
Exactly, exactly. And I actually like that way of using it because wherever I see it put, people just take it down with ease.
I like seeing it with megas because then the creeps get hilariously strong. That's always funny.
That's insane. I mean, but when megas are there, you probably already won the game. So again, the banner just keeps on being useless.
Yep. We'll see what they decide to do with it as LGD are now beginning their siege upon the high ground here. Not the easiest game to siege into though, as they do have ways to clear out these waves from the high ground. But LGD, with the coaching of Zhao 8, discipline will never be an issue for the squad. You know they're going to take this as methodically as humanly possible. As they jump up now, looking for the aggressive play onto the Leshrac. They don't find it just yet, but they do get the Avalanche out onto Old 11. Sadly, though, the disruption is there first. And there's the Chronosphere catching the Weaver. Do they have enough to kill him? No. Why you smile there with the swap? But Leshrac, 2 heroes stun on the ground, will end up killing off both the Leshrac, or the Vengeful Spirit, and the Weaver. Lesh still fighting on the far front of the fight. Lots of mana lost, though. So maybe they can't keep pursuing this engagement on the high ground. New losing his life to these Brewlings. With the trample, though, they do get rid of most of the Flame Panther damage. The New will end up living. Sanity's Eclipse from Setsu just burst through Fly. He was hoping to get the kill first, but he fails in that endeavor. Shiro now able to mop up the rest of the lineup. They kill off the Lesh. They kill the Faceless Void. And as they mop up the rest of the squad, KEV throw in the towel. GG, well played is called. And LGD Gaming